All right. Also joining us at this point in time is Nirmal Kaur, former DGP, Jharkhand. Nirmal ji, appreciate you joining us. Ma'am, your reactions to the women's bill and how is it likely to be a game changer for all and one women in India?
It is a very, very important thing. I think it's a very important milestone in the history of, empowerment of women, women's bill. And women are definitely, they are required in our social sphere, in our community, in many outside roles. When they come out, they bring their own point of view. Now we'll have at least one third of our, at least maybe more, minimum one third of our legislators will be women. So they bring their own point of view. They, like in our culture, the Sanatan culture, the original Indian culture, women have been always equal, and in fact more than equal. You see, so many women, wise women have been there, Rishikas have been there. Then women have done a lot. At some point, home and hearth became their sole preoccupation. But ever since now, the generations, at least for now it's the second and third or fourth generation, which is coming out, and they have proved themselves. Not only have they proved themselves, they excelled, and they have made this path for the next generation of women to come, and they've made it much easier for the next generation to come. And it's really it's a glorious thing to have women participating in all spheres of life, political, economic, social, legislatures, everywhere, judiciary. I mean, you name it. It's just that, like even our gods are not complete with their consorts. If we say Shiv and we don't say Parvati, Ram, Sita, you'll always see that even our gods have, they are incomplete without the feminine energy. So feminine and masculine both are required in all spheres of life. And it's very good, I think that now we'll have perhaps better laws and also maybe better debating on laws. Many new dimensions women will bring, dimensions of thought, dimensions of perception, of belief, of action to the lawmaking and to the executive processes, to our executive, which is a very, very welcome step. And it is, I think it's a glorious thing for women to happen. And all of us are very, very encouraged. But the old problems remain somehow. You talked of patriarchy some time ago. It prevails, even today you have feticide, infanticide. Maybe I would say feticide sizes shrunk anymore. Though every ultrasound will have a huge notice saying that this is under this act, prenatal sex determination is banned here, we don't do it. But lots of clinics are still doing it. So and they kind of offer a package. I've seen in many places, even in Delhi, I've seen. They'll have that huge board there, but then somebody who already has a daughter doesn't want a second daughter because these days people don't have many children. They go there and say, we give you a 50,000 package, and the 50,000 package is what? You will determine the sex of the fetus for you, and should it be a female, we'll abort it also for you. It's like it's like those deals you have, the sales and things like that. And I'm sure, many a time because you've sold a package, even if like what is there to see that if it is a male fetus, they are not aborting it. Because for them, it's purely a commercial activity, something to be made profits out of. And this is happening ekdam dhadalle se ho raha hai. It's not that it's few and far between. Even the law is there, implementation is there, the police and the other authorities do it. But the ethics of our doctors and, these clinics, are far, far, from what is required. We already had the 73rd Amendment in which we gave one third of our village panchayat, sarpanch, and block level and the Jilla level, district level. One third of those, we gave reservation, one third reservation for them, 33% for reservation for women. And that has borne fruit. But I would say even today we see that sarpanch pati, the male is the, Sarpanch Pati is the, because it's a reserved seat, the woman contacts. Suppose Shobha Devi is the Sarpanch. But Shobha Devi's husband Tarun Ji is actually the de facto Sarpanch. And that is happening both at block level also, not only village, block and Jilla level also. The real power vests in the man of the house. It will be husband, when you call it Sarpanch Pati or whatever Pati, or it can even be a father-in-law or some male member of the house who's seen as adult, senior, and the patriarch of the house. He really vests the power. Women तो वो भी घूंघट लगा के आज भी कहीं बैठती हैं. पहले से कम हुआ है. Initially we saw a lot more of it. But I have, even in places like Rajasthan, If you go, वो नीचे जमीन पे बैठी होगी, the woman घूंघट लगा के, और साथ में वो टेबल चेयर पे बैठा होगा, the husband is sitting there, or the father-in-law, whoever is the de facto sarpanch is sitting there. So giving reservation, unless the spirit is implemented, giving it in word is not enough. You have to implement the spirit of the legislation, and you have to really bring out women. So, I think Madam Kiran Juneja before me, our lovely lady, she mentioned that it should be 50%. I think even if in spirit you can get 33%, or even I would say 30% or 25%, that is really a big achievement, because that itself, once you have that 30%, 33%, the critical mass is gained, and then automatically, the universal processes, the process of change take over, and then you don't have to worry about it. But the sad part is that this 33% has to be implemented in spirit, not the way we are seeing our sarpanch thing happening, or the reservations which were given by 73rd Amendment up to the district level, they have, I would say, not really. I would say at least in half the cases, or even in 60-70% of the cases, it's the male member, it's the male relative, be it husband or father-in-law or whoever. He is really wielding the authority, not the woman. She doesn't go out, she doesn't he's meeting the Tekadars, he's meeting the SDO, he's meeting the executive, he's meeting the BDO. That is what is happening. Women are not really there in the public sphere. They're not going out, with the result that, it's a mockery of this reservation, if you make it happen like that, but that is happening in our country. So I would say the reservation without our will to implement it, if the society is not ready to implement it, if the society is not, the law alone cannot change. The spirit has to be implemented only by our community and our society.
Fair enough, ma'am. I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining us.